So imagine this, you're the best plumber in your city. You show up on time, you do great work, but every week 3 or 4 people call your competitor instead. And it's not because they're better, but it's because they actually show up when someone Googles plumber near me. And that's the problem we're gonna fix today. If we haven't met before, I'm Brandon Hurst, and I set up online systems that help businesses get more customers and increase their profits. Today, you'll see exactly what goes into building a complete digital system from scratch. Every step, every decision, nothing is hidden from you. I'm gonna walk you through a real build from the first discovery call all the way to launch day. You'll see the tools I use, the decisions I make, and why I make them. And by the end, you'll know exactly what a complete digital system looks like. So whether you hire someone or you do it yourself, you won't get sold something that you don't need. Here's something that happens almost every time. A business owner reaches out and says, hey, I need a new website. And I get it. That feels like the answer. Your current site looks outdated. Maybe your buddy's nephew built it 5 years ago, and it just doesn't represent you anymore. But here's the thing. A new website alone almost never solves that actual problem. So whenever I'm on a discovery call with someone, I don't start with design ideas or, hey, this is going to be the next big thing. I start with questions. Where are your leads coming from right now? And when someone fills out your contact form, what happens next? Do you follow up with them? Do you have a system for getting reviews? And almost every time, the real answers are, I don't know. I call them back when I get a chance. And I don't know, I just hope people leave reviews. And that's when they realize they don't just need a website, they need a system. The thing is, you need to always diagnose before you prescribe. Most businesses don't need a prettier website. They need a system that actually captures leads, follows up automatically, and builds trust online. The website is just one piece to that puzzle. Now you might be thinking, what does that system actually look like when you build it? And that's exactly what we're getting into next. All right, so now we know what the business actually needs. So let's build it. The first thing I do is set up a foundation. And the foundation is 2 things, a website that actually converts and a CRM to catch every lead. Let me show you what I mean. Most local business websites are basically digital brochures. They say, hey, here's what we do and call us. That's it. The problem is most people don't want to call you. They want to book online. They want to fill out a quick form. They want to text. They don't want to get on a call right away. So when I build an Onward, every page has a job to do. The homepage captures attention, pushes visitors to take one clear action. Then services pages answer the 3 questions every customer is going to have. What do you do? How much does it cost? And how do I get started? And here's what most people miss. Every form, every button, every booking link feeds directly into that CRM. So when someone fills out a form at 11 p.m. on Tuesday, they don't just get a message that says, hey, thanks, we'll call you. They get logged, they get tagged, then they get followed up with automatically. And I build this all inside Onward because it keeps everything connected. The website, the CRM, the follow-up, it's all one system. Instead of 5 different tools that are duct taped together. Your website's job is to convert visitors into contacts, period. If it's not doing that, it doesn't matter how good it looks. But capturing leads is only half the battle. Because here's the question you should be asking. What happens after someone fills out that form? And here's the thing. This is where most businesses lose the most money and they don't even realize it. A lead comes in, the business owner is on the job site and they see a notification 4 hours later. They call back the next morning, no answer. They try again 2 days later, nothing. Well, it's because that lead is gone. Research shows that responding to a lead within 5 minutes makes you dramatically more likely to connect with them. After 30 minutes, your odds drop off a cliff. So here's what I build out. The second a lead comes in, and I mean the second, the system sends a text. Something like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I got your message. I'll get back to you shortly. In the meantime, want to grab a spot on my calendar? It's friendly, it's fast, and includes a booking link so they can schedule themselves without waiting for a callback. Then, if they don't book within an hour, they get a follow-up email with more information about the service that they asked about. And if they still haven't responded in 24 hours, they get one more text that goes out. Now, I want to be clear about something. This isn't about being pushy. It's about being responsive. These messages feel personal because I write them in the business owner's voice. The customer has no idea that it's actually automated. Now, this is what a lot of people get wrong. Automation isn't replacing you. It's making sure that no lead falls through the cracks. You still do the work. You still build the relationships. The system just makes sure that you get the chance to. So now we've got leads coming in and getting followed up with automatically. But there's another piece of that most people completely overlook. And it might be the most important one. So let me ask you something. When you need a plumber, a dentist, or a landscaper, what's the first thing you do? Well, you Google it. And then what do you look at? The reviews. And here's a situation that I see over and over again. A business owner has been around for 10 years. They do amazing work. They maybe have 12 Google reviews. Their competitor who started 12 years ago, well, they have over 200. And it's not because that competitor is better. It's because they ask consistently every single time. So here's what I set up. After completing every job, the system sends a text. A simple, hey, thanks for choosing us. If you had a great experience, would you mind leaving us a quick review? And it includes a direct link to their Google review page. One tap, done. I also make sure their Google business profile is fully optimized. They have photos, service areas, hours, Q&A, all of it is filled out. Because Google rewards complete profiles better with visibility. Now here's the thing, I never fabricate reviews or incentivize them in any ways because it's going to violate Google's guidelines. This is simply about making it easy for happy customers who share their experience. Most people are willing to leave a review. They just need a nudge with a direct link. Now you have to realize reviews are the new word of mouth, and you can automate this ask. Don't leave it to chance. Don't assume people will do it on their own. Build the ask into your process and the reviews will come. And here's the thing. If people are going to leave a review on their own, most of the time it's because they had a bad experience. But people who had a good experience, they aren't as likely to leave a message or leave a review. All right, we've got the website, the CRM, the automations, the review engine. Now comes the part that gives every bit. All right, we've got the website, we've got the CRM, the automations, the review engine. But now comes the part that gives every business owner a little bit of anxiety. This is launch day. This is where I see the most stress. And honestly, I get it. You're switching from an old way to a new way. What if something breaks? What if a lead gets lost? And what if the website goes down? And here's how I handle it. We don't do a hard cutover. We do a phased rollout. Day 1, new website goes live, but I keep the old contact methods running in parallel. If someone calls to the old number, it still works. If they email the old address, it's still going to go through. Day 2, I monitor everything. Every form submissions, every automation trigger, every text that goes out. I'm watching the system like a hawk to make sure that every piece is working. Day 3 and beyond, we start optimizing. Which pages are getting the most traffic? Which automations get the best response rate? And where do people drop off? So the system starts to produce results right away. But it gets better over time because now we have data, real numbers, and not just guesses. And here's something to tell every client. The launch isn't the finish line. It's the starting line. The system is built to grow with you. So go live, monitor for 48 hours, then optimize. The system starts working immediately. Don't overthink the launch. A phased rollout means that nothing breaks and you can adjust as you go. If you want me to build something like this for your business, here's what to do. Book a free discovery call. The link is in the description below. And guess what? On that call, I'm going to ask you those same questions I walked through earlier. We'll figure out where your gaps are, what's costing you leads, and what a system will look like for your specific business. And there's no pressure, there's no pitch deck, it's just an honest conversation about what you actually need. But either way, let me leave you with 3 takeaways. 1, diagnose before you prescribe. Figure out what's actually broken before you start building. And 2, your website is one piece of the system and not the whole thing. Capture, follow up, and build trust. That's the system. And number 3, automate the stuff that falls through the cracks. The follow-ups, the review requests, the booking links. Let the system handle that repetitive work for you so you can focus on doing what you're great at. Now think about that business owner from the beginning, the best in their city, but invisible online. That doesn't have to be the story. So here's my question for you. What's the one thing in your business right now that is costing you customers, but you just haven't fixed yet? Drop it in the comments below because I read every single one and I like to get ideas and help out when I can. So see you in the next video.